You're saying they're brainwashing. Okay, you're saying these people that are experts in brainwashing is using the Department of Education to brainwash our children.
Yes.
What are they after? Why are they doing it?
Well, if you want to move a country...
For the record, this was a senior policy advisor for the Ronald Reagan administration, specifically with the Department of Education.
From a free individualistic economy.
Which we have.
Yes, or had.
Or had.
If we ever had it.
Okay.
To a planned economy. You have to do it through the schools. You have to dumb down and brainwash, change the attitudes and values. You have to completely, social engineering has to go on constantly.
Completely change the culture, right?
And many teachers know what I'm talking about. And people are going to say, well, when did this start? And who on earth ever did this?
It's been going on for a very long time, but it has ramped up significantly over the last 40, 50 years.
Why would a plan like that be allowed to be carried out?
That's right.
Well, then you have to go back to 1934, which I will do, and we have to go to the three-pronged fork, okay? So I do think that the watershed year, although you can go back to the early part of the century when the Rockefeller Foundation and the Carnegie Corporation were deeply involved in education.
Which was like the early 1900s. I think before 1934, but let's see why she picked that date.
And that it was decided then that Carnegie would deal with the international part and Rockefeller domestic. So they commissioned the American Historical Association to put together a study of the social studies. And they came up with lots of volumes, but I have one little volume, Conclusions and Recommendations for the Social Studies. And basically that little one is an original book. It called for changing the United States through the schools from a free individualistic economy to a socialist, collectivized, planned economy in the New World Order. I
told you, our education system is made to create slaves, to indoctrinate, not to educate.
It says that in the book?
Yes.
And that book was written when?
In 1934.
By who?
It was the Carnegie Corporation paid for it. The American Historical Association put it together. And
do people get that book in the library?
No. No, they can't. They were very instrumental in getting the Elementary and Secondary Education Act passed, which, as I said before, changed education from knowledge, content-based, academic, to performance-based behavior.
You look at our education system, the public education, it's all about conditioning. You have to raise your hand to go to the bathroom. You have to sit and be quiet and face forward. You don't get to look at any of your other peers. You have to take instruction from the front. It's a brainwashing program.
And from that time on, because that was necessary for what we're looking at now with school to work agenda is the planned economy is performance-based.
So they're training workers.
They're training
not thinkers,
worker-based.
not leaders.
Exactly.
You got to be a little good producer, right? You got to be the cog in the machine. I think even George Carlin said that the owners of this country do not want critical thinkers. They want obedient workers.
At that time, you had a general, Buck Chisholm, a Canadian general psychiatrist, who was a very close friend of Alger Hiss's. And he gave a speech in 1945 to the World Health Organization, which basically recommended getting rid of the conscience.
Wow.
Yes.
The conscience, the thing that determines our morality, the thing that holds us accountable. Is that how deep they want to go with our education system?
And he said we would do it through the schools. We would retrain the teachers to be little psychiatrists. He said it is an international system they're looking at. They're going to change the behavior of the children. They're going to change the teachers' training. They're going to do everything. He told them everything.
And they didn't believe him?
No, they just let, well, you know what goes on.
They just allowed it to happen. They said, okay, let's do it. This is evil. This is why upgrading our education system is a foundational piece of my campaign. Because right now we are completely out of tune with the human spirit. It's why ADHD is on the rise. It's why we're overly medicating kids. It's because we're out of sync with the human spirit. So when I get into office, when I become the House Representative of South Carolina District 1, when I become President of the United States, we will return to an education system that puts the human spirit first. And if you want a taste of what this education is, comment Indigo on Instagram or go to my website travelingtoconsciousness.com/indigo-education and I'll show you the education and the knowledge that the elite don't want you to know.